Hey guys, it's ViewMasters Reactions, and we're back with Campaign 2, Episode 46, Part 2, A Storm of Memories. Ashley Johnson, about halfway through the Patreon hour, jumped in, sat with us. They played it right this time. The first time I can remember, if not the first time ever, they had it set up where I couldn't tell. The thumbnail gave it away, but I guess it's my fault for downloading the thumbnail and throwing it up there. I wasn't 100% sure if Ashley Johnson would be part of this. I started thinking the fact that Matt Mercer said that Yasha's going to tap into how she felt during Talks Machina, I thought maybe they were faking us out, like Ashley Johnson wouldn't be part of it. I even said how Brian in that Talks Machina episode 45 said, we're all going to get together. It's going to be a big group discussion. The next Talks Machina isn't episode 46. It's how are we doing so far in the campaign? And he said Ashley wouldn't be able to make it. Now, maybe he was kind of letting up the fact that she was going to be in this and is going to be gone before Talks Machina airs. But I can't believe they wouldn't have somehow worked it in if she's already here for a couple days later for us to do Talks Machina with her. I almost feel like Brian is tricking me, but maybe that was the trick. Maybe I'm thinking it's a trick and it's real. And the trick was that she was coming on here and he accidentally spoiled that without spoiling it. Either way, the last we saw was we are about to set sail. We took a bit of a break because we are going to have mead and dinner with the crew. Orly was told by Travis, the captain, to go towards the archipelago of Gravida? I don't know. I think it was Gravid. Gravid. And we found out about war breaking loose, Rojas. We're talking about all sorts of new places going off the map, off to the north, way up high. Let's just jump in and we'll see what's up. It's going to be a short one, guys, probably 12 minutes. Then I'll edit all these up. By the time you see this, we'll be 1 day away from the live stream, which should be about a 2-hour one. Let's see real quick. 3:46. Ends 2 hours and 10 minutes, give or take. Let's jump in. You guys want to see more of what I do? Full unedited episodes, all the shows on the channel, seasons out of what you're seeing, hundreds of exclusives you'll only see on Patreon. The link is at the end. Dozens of shows you'll never see on YouTube. I just don't have time to edit it all. Doctor Who, Person of Interest, the Patreon hour exclusive of every episode of Campaign 2. Hundreds of other shows, thousands of episodes, hundreds of movies. Check it out if not. Campaign 2, Episode 46, Part 2.
It's archipelago.
Archipelago.
We'll go ahead and make sure we're heading that way.
He turns around and the rest of the crew begins, giving a couple orders, heading over and getting his map out.
I fast forwarded a little bit.
And slowly,
we're going to get to see a little bit.
You guys begin to make your way out onto the Lucidian Ocean just as the sun begins to set.
This is where
the sky
I
itself
stopped.
has been pretty
Right
gray
there is where I
and
stopped.
cloudy, and you've been smelling the
Everything
the
looks
coming
good.
of weather. No more than 20 minutes after leaving, the rain begins.
The rain, here comes the rain again.
Fucking unexpected skies were
The
pretty
playoffs, or week 18, final week of football has started, guys. But I recorded it so I could do this.
Clear. That's one smart cow.
Football last week has begun.
All right.
It's waiting for your
How's Yasha?
I just cracked a black
She's staring
cherry
off into
White
space
Claw
or just doing stuff?
to prepare. Right after this, I'm editing one episode for you guys, and then I'm watching football for the rest of the day.
For most of this travel,
2 games.
You've kept
Both
just an
have
aspect of your consciousness
factors in the
looking
standings.
out for errant weather. And there have been a few moments where some rains have come through, and that brief interaction with the diver's grave in which a storm was conjured, but it didn't have the same feel that you've been hoping. Whatever this draw was that drew you southward, and to run into these friends again at the coast, as you begin to push further and further towards the direction of the storm, there's like an excitement in your belly.
An excitement in our bellies.
Cool.
You're looking for a sign?
Looking for a
I
sign.
guess I'm always looking for a sign now.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you know it was gonna rain? I mean, other than the obvious gray skies.
Oh, well, the skies were turning. The wind was coming in. And I honestly have to mention my knee hurts a little bit on the left side, usually about an hour.
I've heard that
beforehand.
my
It was a
entire
thing
life,
My sister did.
how
way
people have
25
like arthritis
seasons ago, give
or
take.
cracking
She's
or
a- she's
bone
a piece
problem
of
when
work.
it's about to rain.
She's great.
I can't say it's false.
So it just hurts when it gets
That's
cold. type of
crazy.
thing.
Yeah.
That like that would have an
Usually
effect. I don't know if there's any
before
sort
rains.
of scientific explanation,
It's a pretty great
but I've heard it my
indication.
whole life. Oh, my knees hurt. It's gonna rain,
As
or
the
my
rain begins to
arthritis
hit
is kicking in.
The deck
Like
itself,
older
the
people.
endless patter of heavy droplets smattering against the dark wood.
I don't know what
The winds begin to pick
could
up a little
cause
bit,
that.
and some of the crew
Maybe the way
begins to
the
look off,
air
and
is, it actually
you
does
see
have
Marius glance off and go,
stress on the joints or
Captain,
something.
should we put up the storm sails? The wind's picking up a bit.
Of course. Storm sails it is. On the double.
Storm sails it is.
So it takes them a little bit, but they end up
Why aren't they up already?
they start taking down
Inaudible.
or diminishing.
I don't know
the
what he said
presence of
either.
the,
I
sails
actually
and getting-
looked to see what
getting
he said.
Smaller, more
For which is like
durable
our red eye.
sails pulled up in there.
That's all I heard.
The
I
wind
pay
is-
attention.
Or weather
Oh, yeah, you're
tolerant.
probably helping them with it. They need
Help.
it's an all hands on deck thing to get this going quickly.
Good.
But with that, you're gonna pull the sails into place, and the wind immediately picks up again once the sails are back in, and the wind's starting to pick up a bit heavily. And you see Orly kind of glancing over the edge, and this like large shell just kind of, just slick with rain smattering against the backside of it as he turns around towards you and looks at you through the darkness. A little bit of light there
Storm
is from
sail, a sail
oil
used in
lanterns being
stormy
held
weather,
across the
a
deck. And there's-
smaller size
Captain.
and stronger
We're
material.
heading into a proper storm.
Never heard of such a thing. Stronger
Damn,
material,
could-
but
could you,
smaller.
like, be more
so you're not
ominous,
looking to
Orly?
grab the wind
Were
and
you
move.
trying?
You're looking to sustain.
We're heading into a proper storm.
Better than the second
Yeah,
time.
it was
I'll
good.
take the
It was
B-take.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Smart ass.
Smart
Well, did you
ass.
see any way around
Hey,
this storm?
you got to
or
take it,
just
right?
through
Yeah. She laughed it off.
We can if we take
He
a
ain't
few
wrong.
more days to.
Unacceptable. Push through.
Aye, aye, Captain. All right, everyone. All hands on deck.
Ford is like unacceptable. Push through. Watch me destroy everything.
So, as everyone gathers to begin to ford out into the evening,
Safe.
Ford out into the
Yeah,
evening.
exactly.
Yeah, I was
Ford
I
practical.
was almost like, Captain.
That's an amazing list of things that you are not.
your nerves are slightly set on
Cat is
edge as you can see the distant flashes of lightning arcing from storm to ocean.
Look at Sam's
The heavy
flask. I think
sheets
that's the
of
first
wind
I saw of it, this
obscuring
whole
most
thing.
of these bolts. And with that, the rain gets heavier and heavier.
I want Yasha to go to the bow and be like,
But
Taking a big
"Come and get
I need
me,
you to go ahead as the
Storm
captain.
Lord."
Go ahead and just
like
roll a survival check for me, if you don't mind. I'll give you advantage on this.
advantage on because he did take it head on. I feel like because we faced it head on, we got an advantage.
Dildo tree.
That's none of my
I had advantage on it already.
2019 Ford
adds
Practical.
on to
That
it.
was during the
Oh,
live
does it?
stream.
Yeah, it acts as a luck point.
I mean,
Actually,
the
he's a third
Patreon
stop,
hour
but you've already
exclusive.
rolled, so
Okay, 14.
14. Okay, good. Keeping it steady and going in. The ship's handling it fine. The winds are heavy, but the repairs you made, thankfully, have brought the ball eater
I mean, we did
Up
pay
to
a couple hundred gold
a
for it.
very functional ship.
We have a crew. We have
the
a
crew
ship.
is experienced, and now that they seem to be a little more comfortable under your leadership, and with the help of the rest of the party, and you
We're
guys are
doing
taking
all right.
some time
We're managing.
at
We're
sea
getting
to
by.
learn a number of skills that are helpful. Your first bit of evening travel into the storm seems to be going well.
Quite.
Goes on for a few
magnificent.
hours. The storm doesn't seem to be getting worse necessarily, but the waves are rocking quite a bit. Eventually, into the early hours of the morning, sleep is going to have to come to some of you at the very least.
I definitely could use some sleep.
Some gotta
So
take a
you're going to
break.
sleep.
I'm
Some
gonna
of
go
us
stay.
gotta
Who's
take a
staying
break.
up for how long to keep watch, or you can leave it to the crew. It's up to you. They're experienced, but you're the captain.
No, I'll stay up.
So you're staying up. And where are you staying?
At the helm.
At the helm.
Yep.
All right, so you're staying
At
there with
the
Orly.
helm.
Orly's staying with you. Anybody else?
Do you need me to stay up, Captain?
Black
I'll get
cherry
some
might
rest
be
if
one of
I
my
might need
favorite
it
white
in a bit
claws.
when this dies down.
Prepare some sailing.
I have been over the
Would you,
years taking
stand
it all
at
in,
the
each
back of
sip,
their boat?
how I
Okay. Stand at the
feel,
back of the boat.
how much enjoyment
Okay.
I get out of it.
Everybody
Black
else
cherry's
sleeping?
got a nice, nice
I'm
kick.
gonna stay up.
Okay.
Of course.
All right.
Just watch.
Before I go to bed, I would like to talk to Jester.
Go for
Unless
it.
Jester is having some alone time, and it doesn't seem like it's the right time.
No, I'm just, I just want to be able to control water if something happens, you know?
Oh, that's all.
Oh, you're here keeping watch. It's a good call, actually. Gonna stay up much longer?
Well, depends on the storm, I guess.
Yeah.
Bo having a little talk with Jester.
Motion sick.
I'm okay.
The wood is creaking with each shift of the boat as the waves tend to climb higher and higher. Occasionally,
I like that Matt's
slamming
body
into
language is
a valley
mimicking that of the
between.
storm. That's awesome.
So,
He was literally like
Feels like
rocking
a
and
carnival ride.
creaking
It's a
as
little
he is
spooky,
was the
right?
ship.
Yeah.
it's fun though.
Sam's flask picture, amazing. That is the
listen,
picture
I just
from
wanted to
the original intro, obviously.
talk to you
Obvious.
for a moment. I'm not really good at this sort of thing, but you know about what you said
They were both
Last
rocking
night.
back and forth. Look at them.
about
Everyone is
about
rocking.
being a good liar.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. You really are a good liar.
Thanks, Bo.
Yeah. I think it takes one to know one. And I think being a liar means when I know you're not. Does that make sense?
Big a liar when
Yes.
I know you're not.
And when you are. Look, we all get sad. I just want you to know that. And
If you hear that in the background, that is
I haven't
the cat
told
hitting
you
the door.
really any of this, but I also had kind of a lonely childhood. So, yeah, I didn't have a lot of friends. My father was very protective because of certain things that he believed. And so I wasn't allowed to have a lot of friends.
Oh,
We're having a deep
Really, any
talk
friends.
right now, out of
you
nowhere.
could have used the traveler in your
You
life
coulda-
too,
yeah.
then.
Maybe.
Someone just rolled for nothing.
Maybe I would have turned out a little bit more like you. I admire that in you. You know, in my loneliness, I just got angry.
I don't know.
and
I think
turned
Bo
to
is
bad things. But in
starting
your
this
loneliness,
conversation because we think Jester might be
You turn to
sad,
creativity.
depressed. But I don't know. It could be more than
And
that.
I think that's beautiful. I really do.
I'll tell you a secret.
Okay.
Sometimes I'm angry too.
Really. I don't think I've ever seen you angry.
It's a sight to behold.
I was going to say, I'm sure we have, but I
Someday.
can't.
I'm sure you will.
Maybe not angry. I mean, she's had
And
to
I'll
have been
be
angry during encounters.
Proud of that too. Anyway,
Bo is definitely letting her guard down.
I know you like to look for friends, and yeah, I don't know if I'm like best friend material. That might be like a lot of commitment, especially with my commitment of being first mate.
It's a really big, yeah. You already have a lot on your plate.
It really is, you know. So,
Look at Bo.
but you know, you don't have to look far for a friend. Anyway, I'll leave you to it.
I give her a hug from behind as she's walking away.
Yeah, look at her. I like that.
I'll go back from behind.
Thanks, Bo.
I don't know. I honestly don't know if that was for Jester or for Bo herself. At first, I thought Bo
Don't
was
say it
trying to
too
make
late.
good on making Jester feel better. But then Bo looks like
No,
she
the
got
rest of
more
you
out of it
are enduring
and opened
chaos
up
of the
more
reins
than
above,
Jester.
Keeping focused and keeping it steady. It's exhausting, both the attention required for you specifically and the hour being late. Thankfully, you slept in, so you can go on for quite some time. You, Yasha, kind of standing. Where on the ship are you standing?
Anywhere
You're the
where I
helm.
can be helping Ford if they need help with the lines.
The lines seem to be okay. Ford's at the helm with Orly. So they're both kind of towards the back.
Is she gonna do something with the storm?
I just want to stay anywhere on the boat where.
Listen to the
storm is
music they're
most
playing. It
visible,
almost
so
makes me think
I guess
something's.
Probably
Look at
closer to the bow
Sam's
of the
flask.
foremast.
That's where I'll be.
Okay.
All right.
So, in keeping this going, do you head back up to help Ford, or are you heading to rest as well?
I had to rest. He gave me
There you
permission
go.
to.
All right.
He gave me permission to.
It's
Look at it, like he's half
hypnotic,
like
the sound of
smirking.
rain. And the movement of the waves, and the flashes of light, and the rolling of thunder. You're going to grab the edge of the rail of the bow, looking out straight into the storm that you're passing into. And it's just a blur of light and movement and darkness. The horizon beyond your vision is obscured, and it feels like you're just riding this into a tumultuous sky.
Is he
Kind of
drifting?
begin to fall into a trance.
Oh God, he is. He is. He is. That's
Your
what I
eyes
was
close
afraid
for
of.
about a second. We're gonna take a break.
I should have known. Honestly, I'm surprised it was that long.
We'll be right back.
Break it down, dude. That's crazy.
In a few minutes.
I start as he was.
In the meantime, we do have our
As
fantastic
Matt started
Wormwood
explaining it,
giveaway
I'm
for our
like,
friends at Wormwood.
we could be going like.
This is an awesome
let's see what he says.
holly
We'll talk in a
inlaid dice vault with Burmese
What is that? Holly
wood
inlaid.
with
Holly
like a red
inlaid.
interior. This is a gorgeous
Burlwood.
fucking
That is
piece.
quite magnificent. I like the magnificent.
Keep it, but no,
I
it
like the
has to go to one
combination
you
of the
lucky
yellow
winners.
and red.
So you have to move over
Very
to
yellow
the
looking.
Critical Role
Very light
Twitch
colored.
chat at twitch.tv/Critical Role to enter during the break. You can jump on back to Geek and Sundry after. But the keyword tonight is holiday. So go ahead and put holiday
Put
once
that
in
in
your
your
chat.
pipe
More than
and
once, get
smoke it,
disqualified.
said
Exactly. We'll have one lucky winner when we return from the U.S. or Canada, excluding Quebec, as you know. But yes, we'll be back shortly, and we'll see you then.
At the end of that, when Matt was talking about the giveaway with Quebec not being able to be involved, it reminded me of the Last Talks Machina. Brian, I don't know if he definitely did, but he made a comment multiple times that right at the end, he laid something down on the end table, knocked over, I'm assuming the mug that was given to him that says Quebec. He said it was a jar, but I don't remember a jar. Perhaps we got a jar too, but he knocked something over and said he broke it on the ground. I'm pretty sure it was the mug of Quebec. If not, that is why I smiled, because I was thinking of that and I totally forgot. But the way we ended this episode, the way Matt was describing it, I'm thinking like, where are we going here? They're playing ominous music. I thought something was going to happen with Yasha and the Storm Lord, because she's saying, I want to focus on wherever the storm is most. And Matt was like, Yasha, where do you want to be right now? He was talking to everybody, trying to like give the layout of where everyone is and what they're doing. I knew the episode was ending, or at least the break was coming soon. But the way he said it to Yasha and the music kicking in, I thought Yasha was going to make some sort of connection with the Storm Lord. She obviously is focusing on something related, but the big hit at the end there is Ford is on the bow. He is looking forward. He is telling the crew, which orally specifically said, dude, this is some dangerous waters, some serious storm we're heading into. Should we lay off? And Ford is like, no, that's unacceptable. Full steam ahead into the storm. Now Ford is on the bow, staring ahead. He trances out. He is going into a trance. What is going to happen? How is it going to happen? Is he going to fall into some dreamlike state and control the water unintentionally? What if he goes into a trance and he starts doing things in his sleep, so to speak, but in real life, like currently while we see him, he is in a trance and starts controlling the waters and guiding us through the storm. I can't imagine the storm is going to have any sort of overall negative effect on us when we have Ford with 2 orbs. We knew what Avantika could do with 1, and now we have Ford. I can't imagine we're in any grave danger, but who knows what's going to happen? What if giant sea creatures come to us because they're drawn in by Ford's presence? Like, what if stuff like that's going on? Because what are the odds we just got back out here and we're already encountering some crazy, insane storm? I almost have to assume that the waters also acknowledge what Ford is or what he could be or what Ukatoa is all about or something. I don't know. But we're supposed to have a get-together, a party. We have the mead. We have Caduceus putting something together. I don't know if I talked about it at the beginning. I think I did. But in the Patreon hour, Bo went to Caduceus, said, yo, we got to have a party for the crew because they got to feel appreciated. I feel we have to as well. There's other things going on around here. We also got Bo going to Jester. I thought it was all about Jester feeling better about herself, but Bo looked like she got more out of it and was opening up to Jester because of a certain way she feels and looking for similarities in the way they possibly have little friends because of the way they grew up and the way their parents were and whatnot. So we got the live stream. This was one of the shortest. We're over 20 minutes, but shorter than usual because of the amount of time. But the live stream is going to be a solid 2 hours, maybe more. I think it's 2 hours, 10 minutes, we said. Check it out. You guys let me know what you think. You want to see more of what I do, full unedited episodes, all the shows on the channel, seasons out of what you're seeing, hundreds of exclusives you only see on Patreon. The link is in front of me. Dozens of shows you'll never see on YouTube. I just don't have time to edit it all. Doctor Who, Person of Interest, Patreon hour exclusive of every episode of Campaign 2. Hundreds of other shows, thousands of episodes, hundreds of movies. Check it out. If not, comments down below. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.